The hit improv show Hyprov is returning with the Yes, It's Real tour, visiting 45 North American cities, including Boston at the Wilbur on February 28th. The 90-minute show combines hypnosis and improv, two art forms that have mystified and entertained fans. And joining me now are the stars of the show, comedy legend Colin Mochrie and master hypnotist Asad Mecci. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. And, you know, the first thing I wanted to ask you is can you give us a sampling of some of your favorite moments from the last time you were on tour? Because just the way that this is laid out, the description of the show, it seems like it'd be so much fun to be in attendance for.
There's so many moments. Every night we have, someone who becomes an improv superstar through hypnosis, and just the random things they say makes it. There was a superhero. His name was the Scissors. I asked him, "Do you have any weaknesses?" He went, "Rock." So I thought, oh, that's pretty funny. So every night is a new scenarios. It's a opening and closing night for that audience, and every night is just wacky fun.
Asad, do you have a favorite moment from last time you guys were on tour?
Sure, I hypnotized somebody, gave them the suggestion that they'd fall madly in love with Colin. They got down on one knee. They were about to propose. They recognized that Colin had a wedding band on and freaked out on Colin, asking him why he was married already. The crowd loved it. It brought down the house.
I love that. Now, how did the idea of mixing comedy and hypnosis come together for you two?
I was taking classes at the Second City. Oftentimes, the instructors would say, "Get out of your head, you're too much in your head." And what I understood that to mean is stop consciously constructing the comedy. First-time improvisers, they'll play to the crowd, they'll look nervous. The people who are hypnotized on stage do none of that. When I give them a suggestion, they just follow my suggestions without hesitation, without question, which makes for a really good improv. I reached out to Colin through his website. From there, we've now toured the show 150 cities across North America. We performed off-Broadway to critical acclaim. We've performed at Harrah's in Las Vegas, and now we're coming to Boston to perform at the Wilbur.
And it's exciting stuff. We're excited to see the show coming up in a couple of weeks. Colin, I have a couple of individual questions for both of you guys. Colin, we all remember you from Whose Line Is It Anyway in your improv from that show and what you've just done in your career from the improv standpoint. Now that you're at where you're at doing this show, taking this on tour, have you had a chance in your career just to look back and be amazed at how far you've been able to take this career path specifically?
Every day I'm on stage, I'm amazed that I'm still getting away with this. I mean, I'm making a living at a job that didn't exist when I was growing up. So the fact that not only do I get to do this job, it's something that I love doing. And it's so much fun. What I love about it is every night is different. So I never, get bored with it because I'm stimulated with every show with the information I get from the people I'm improvising with, people like Asad. So I'm very lucky, very fortunate.
Asad, the name of this show, this tour, Yes, It's Real. And I imagine that the name comes from maybe some of the skepticism about hypnosis. What do you say to people who say, oh, when you see that on stage, that's not real?
So hypnosis is used for painless dentistry, painless surgery. In Jackson Memorial Hospital, South Florida's largest hospital, in the past, they've used hypnosis as the only anesthetic for painless hand surgery. So imagine they talk to you for 5 minutes, give you the suggestion that your hand's numb, and the only anesthetic that was used is a spoken word. Yes, it's absolutely real. People often ask me, what does these hypnotic trance states feel like? The best way to describe it is you get so caught up in a movie that you're moved to a physiological response. So you watch a tearjerker and you start to cry. You watch a horror movie, you jump in your chair. Logically, you know what you're watching on the big screen's not real, but for that moment in time, it feels really real. That's a hypnotic trance state, and that really describes what occurs up on stage. These people come up on stage, they get fully immersed in the moment, and they experience all this incredible hypnotic phenomenon. And of course, it's hilarious because we've got Colin jumping into the scenes and just creating chaos where there's already madness.
And then final thing I had for both of you guys, you bring normal people onto the stage, people that don't have a background in hypnosis or the arts like each of you have. I mean, how impressed are you both that these people that you bring on stage can perform in this specific way and bring entertainment to the audience through some of the things that they're coming up with on their own in their own way?
It's fascinating to see what people can do once they get out of their own way. With the hypnotic suggestion that, their inhibitions are gone, so they're just immediately reacting. We had a doctor from the Mayo Clinic. We've had some truck parts, construction people. We had one woman who had very bad social anxiety, and she said afterwards, "I don't know why I volunteered, but that was the best time of my life. For that hour, I've never been so relaxed." So it's every night we're just shocked at how well people do.
To Colin's point, the part of the brain that deals with self-reflection becomes disconnected when somebody's hypnotized. They no longer reflect on their behavior. They just immediately commit to the suggestions, which makes for seamless improv. It's absolutely fascinating to watch.
And again, the show is called Hyprov. The tour specifically called Yes, It's Real. It's coming to Boston at the Wilbur on February 28th. Colin Mochrie and Asad Mecci, thank you so much for joining us to talk about it. We can't wait to see it in Boston.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Thank you.